Welcome to Talmudic Treasures. Today we're learning Sotah page 19, which discusses that at a certain point, when this woman is brought to the temple, to the Kohen, at any moment she's able to admit to her guilt, and therefore from that moment she's no longer going to be drinking from this concoction of this bitter waters in order to be able to test whether she's innocent or guilty. Instead, she'll simply leave her marriage. She won't receive a ksuba, but that will be the end of the situation. But she continued to go through this entire process, and here it even discusses maybe the sacrifice of the flour offering is brought, maybe before or maybe only after she drinks, but there's this whole lengthy procedure, and then we take God's name and we have it erased in this drink, and that is a serious offense that we normally wouldn't do, except that God will allows this in order to potentially have peace in the home. So God's name is allowed to be erased in this instance. But once that takes place, if let's say she says seconds before she is about to drink, she's now holding onto this cup, for example, and she's about to drink because everything else is done, and she says, you know what, I refuse, I'm not going to drink. So on this, the Talmud actually brings down, under certain circumstances, we're going to force her to drink. The reality is that she could have admitted before, and now she, if you will, wasted the Kohen's time and everyone's time going through all this procedure, which is timely, let's call it costly, but certainly the use of our resources in the temple, that she now is not able to just say, I'm not going to drink. It's too late, and we're going to actually force her to do so. Now, this in itself teaches us this important lesson, that we will give this person this opportunity over and over and over. Just admit that you're guilty, and that's it. But at a certain point, when she has already put us out and also caused God's name to be erased, at that point already we say we're going to force you to drink. We need to find out the end result of this matter. But actually the Talmud says it still depends. It depends on her emotions. It depends on her approach. Almost like being hooked up to a lie detector, which is able to determine based on your pulse and your stress levels whether you're telling the truth, whether you're lying, what exactly is really going on in your mind. So the Talmud says it depends how she feels when she says, I'm not going to drink. If she just simply says, I'm not going to drink, and you see that she's totally calm, and she's not worried, even though she's seconds away from this potential poisonous concoction could kill her if she was guilty, but she's totally calm, it obviously shows that she had no intention of ever drinking this, because it never crossed her mind that this is something which I'll end up doing. So in that situation, the fact that she's been calm and nothing has affected her in any way, that's an indication that she probably is guilty. And therefore there is no reason to force her, because once we see, based on her actions, that she is most likely someone that is guilty, so that's the proof by itself. There's no need to have her drink, and we're not going to force her to do so. The fact that nothing phases her, that she's showing no emotion, that she's like completely like stonewall, no expression of fear or of emotion. So we say, you know what, this person had no interest in being part of this procedure. Let's just not have her drink. She's obviously guilty. However, if we see that there is she's at an emotional state, she's nervous, she's afraid, she's worried, and she says, I'm not going to drink, that doesn't necessarily reflect that this is a person who is guilty. It's very possible, because she understands the seriousness of what's going on, that it's a very emotional experience, and even if she would drink it, maybe she in fact is innocent, and therefore in that situation the Talmud actually says that we will actually compel her at this very last moment for her to drink.